Hey everybody, Robert with RC Archery, and you're watching Tuesday's Tip of the Week, number 106. This week's video, we're gonna look at ways to stop rushing your shot, what shot timing is, and why it matters. I'm also got a live feed for the members of this channel that will go live tonight if you're watching this when it airs, and I'm gonna be breaking down Bodie Turner and Chance Bobeff's form, fitment, and their shot. So I'm gonna put them into my computer program, let you see what is similar between their two styles, what is different, and why I think some of the areas match up with that style of shot, so you can potentially match that up with your own as well. If you're not a member of this channel and you want to be, down in the description of this video there is the ability to be able to join, but also see what two packages we have to offer and which one may work best for you. Let's get right into the video today though, guys. All right, first of all, let's get out of the way what shot timing is. So a lot of you understand the basics and the idea behind shot timing. It's how long it takes from when you get to anchor to when you release the arrow. But what most people don't understand is the window within that time frame of when we're getting into anchor, when we're getting settled with our pin on target, and when the shot fires actually matters. And the reason it does is because our internal body has a cadence that everything syncs up together with. And what I mean by that is internally, our subconscious will control the movements needed to fire the shot and get our sight pin in the middle of the target at the same time if we allow it to. And that is extremely hard to do, but one thing that I work with on my own shot and the archers that I coach is extending this window of being in the perfect middle at the right time when the shot breaks. So if you would like some coaching on this and you would like to understand this a little bit better, my email is down in the description of this video. Reach out to me. I'd be glad to talk with you a little bit more about that. To start out with today, I want to show a clip from a very old Tuesday's Tip of the Week. It was actually the 6th one on this channel. So it's kind of cool. It was 100 episodes ago. That's why I wanted to do it for today's at 106. But this is going to break it down, give you a first-person view, and let you see what I'm talking about when I look at the overall shot timing window that our bodies have, and then the ideal area of what we need to look at within that shot timing window. And then after that, I want to expand on this a little bit more from what I've learned and put together since then. This first part, again, it's just going to be counting overall shot window. So the point when our shot starts to break down, our hold and everything would start to break down. I'm going to draw back, put my pin on target. I'm going to let y'all look at that and see what that looks like from my perspective. Once you're here, you're going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then just so on. And this is going to go until you start to break down, and you'll start to see maybe a fast twitch, or you'll start dipping low and coming up. Something like that's going to be going on when you start to break down with your muscles, and everything starts to, work down on you. You're going to start losing oxygen if you're not breathing, different stuff like that. So that's what you're going to look at on this first part here. All right, so on the second part, it's a little bit different. On this part, what we're going to do is we're going to start drawing back, holding on target, and then we're going to watch and find where our slowest, steadiest float is within our shot window. So it might be all the way at the first, might be in the middle, might be towards the end. Wherever that is, that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to draw back on target. We're going to start counting. And we're going to look at our sight picture, and we're going to see where that smallest float window is going to be, where we're the most steadiest. And that's what we're going to use in order to be able to help us time our releases to where we have them set correctly for our shots to break and have the most probability of landing in the middle. I'm going to draw back. I'm going to put my pin on target, start counting, and we're going to look at that. All right, settle in, just start counting and looking at your float. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so you'll notice in the second part of that video when we're looking at our ideal shot timing window, there's actually a couple sections within there where I have steadiest float. And what you'll notice here is that in the 3 to 5 second window, I typically have my steadiest sight picture. And then also again, in that 7 to 8 range, it will steady up again. Now, since this video was filmed, I've evolved through my coaching pattern and what I am doing to expand my ideal shot window to essentially have that really good float for the entirety of the shot timing window. So for me, it's around 10 seconds that I can have really good float. So that is something that my coaching program builds on. I have a fundamental process that I start with from the very beginning to create natural points of aim on a horizontal scale and vertically as well. And that helps us to stay in the middle of the target, and then dialing in draw length and fitment and loop length and leverage, and then how we're creating tension and working our release keeps us in the middle and actually shrinks that float down. But in a generalized look at just our float, like we saw in that video, if you just look at our normal float for an archer, you will generally have 1 or 2 areas where our steadiest float is happening. So that is when our bodies are syncing together, that subconscious is working for us to put the pin in the middle, and if we stay out of its way, it can help us fire the shot naturally. Now, how does that all tie in together with not rushing and working through shot timing now? Well, I would like to show you a way that I help develop shot timing in a lot of the archers through my shot execution portion of the coaching platform that I run, and that is with counting. Now, keep in mind, when I am doing this with someone, I am not having you count and trigger a shot at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever it may be. That is not the goal here. That will create target panic, and that creates a lot of problems. What we are doing is allowing our subconscious to start syncing up naturally when we are focusing on the counting. Because we're focusing on that counting and running our normal shot execution, we're not focusing on what is my aim doing, or what am I doing with the release, or what is happening. We're just focusing on counting. It's very much similar to aiming drills, where we're just looking at the target, like what we were doing with the float videos in the past, and what we were showing with clips in this one. So with me shooting here, you can see that I'm going to start my count when I get to full draw and get to anchor. With a hinge release, it'll be when I get to a click. With the thumb button, it will be when my thumb gets to the trigger. And from there, I'm going to internally say to myself, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, until the shot breaks. I'm going to continue counting. I'm going to focus on it, run my normal shot execution manner, no matter what that may be. And all I'm doing is just focusing on the count. If you do this long enough, it will help you slow your shot routine down. It'll help you keep from rushing, because a lot of people, especially if there's an animal that we're shooting at, or if we're in a tournament for our target archers here, that counting is something that we can do to kind of help us center ourselves and get back in the moment. Because a lot of times when you're at a tournament and you get on the line, everything starts moving in like 10x speed, right? That counting, if we're not really thinking about it, we can get on the line and we can get our pin on the target, and it will be 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6, because our bodies are just really amped up with adrenaline. So when you're getting to a tournament and you're having problems with rushing and something is going on, go back to that counting, especially in warm-ups, when you're just kind of shooting and getting in the groove of what you're doing. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000. Don't rush it. Just normal timing, and that will help you out. Now, one thing really common that I hear from people that I'm coaching, or people before we start our coaching process, is I can't hold on target 5, 6, 8, 10 seconds. My float falls apart. I can't hold the bow up. There's multiple reasons, right? If that is you, then you need to look at what is going on. Could it be a muscle issue, a draw weight issue? Yes, sometimes if you're not used to shooting, if you're new to shooting, it could be something like that going on. Normally though, what I'm seeing is your body is not in a system of biomechanics to work for you, meaning we don't have our hips at the correct angle to help our shoulders and to keep everything in our core to support the bow. We don't have the right angle with our bow hand, the height of it, what we're doing, how we're drawing, and then the fitment of the bow to us, peep height, loop length, draw length, things like that. So if you can't hold on target that long because it's a form, fitment, strength, the way the bow feels, look in those areas. Now, if you can't hold on target that long because you have target panic and you rush your shot, that's a whole different situation. I do have a target panic course just for that. If you are going through that, this counting method that we talked about today sometimes is going to help you. If nothing else, it will lead you down the right path to hopefully get you where you need to be, because it's based around keeping you in the present moment and with a topic other than hammer the shot, or rush the shot or whatever you're doing. If you need more help than that, then that target panic course would be good for you, because essentially target panic is looking at it from a medical standpoint is OCD, so obsessive compulsive disorder. And the way that I treat this is I took a Stanford University study that the medical community uses to treat OCD, which is one of the leading ways that they treat it, in a course. And then I adapted that for us as archers. And it's a multi-step process, but it works really well as long as you allow it to work. But this method that we're going over today and the counting and everything will help you get on the right track for most people, unless it's just pretty bad. But thank you for watching. Again, the members video, if you're watching this live on Tuesday, will be tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. Look forward to seeing you there if you're a member of the channel, whether you've been a long-term or you are a member, a new member rather, and watch tonight. Thank you guys for watching these videos. I'll see you soon.